Hey guys, welcome to another video. And in this video I'm not actually sure what I'm gonna do, but let's see. I'll just go with the flow, whatever comes up. So yeah, basically I'm actually doing a lot of photo bashing these days. I've been really inspired from tutorials of Dong Jun Lu. He's a concept artist working at Weta Workshop, and he's really inspiring. His stuff is so good. It really inspires me to make more and more things. So yeah, let's get started. And right now I don't really know what I'm gonna make, so let's start with thumbnails. And if I like those, I'm gonna make it into a full piece. Okay, so I have a rough idea in mind, like what I wanna make today. I wanna make some sort of alien egg, like new alien egg or newly born, with a lot of textures on it, of nerves and some skin texture. Let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to make a basic thumbnail. I don't think I like this one. Let's just make it really basic. I'm not gonna detail it too much. Okay, so I just see like where I can go with this, how far I can go with this Sil-You-Ate. Okay, so I'm gonna open some of the images I've downloaded. Okay, so here's some meat texture, here's some meat, another one, and I get some skin texture. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that, but still let's just choose it. And I'm gonna use this, and this. Okay, let's open all of these. Okay, so these are loading up. As you can see, like these are 3D textures in a 3D ball made by a 3D artist, of course. You can literally see the name of the artist, I Sanchez. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, these are like really good, and we can use that in our photo bash. So I'm gonna choose one of them. I'm not really sure which okay, this one looks pretty dope, so let's use this one. So as you can see, I'm cutting a piece out, a section out from that picture, and I'm just pasting it on my Sil-You-Ate. Okay, so this is way too big. The resolution is pretty high. Okay, so I want this big circle thing to look, yeah, at this area. And we'll actually fix the contrast and brightness later. Let's just photo bash a bit more. Okay, so this area is interesting. I'm gonna copy this, then paste it. Oh, okay, I forgot to actually make it as a clipping mask. It's not looking bad. Okay, so by the way, you will also have to make sure the lighting is correct, because photo bashing won't look good if the lighting is not right. So I'll try to make sure the lighting is pretty fine. There's too much of these textures we have used. Let's add some veins. Yeah, these look pretty good. Okay, so let's add the clipping mask on. Reduce the size. Where can we use this? Yeah, this is a fine area. Okay, and yeah, the color doesn't match at all, so we can fix that. Actually, first we're gonna fix the contrast. this looks fine. We can always like do an overpaint over this, so let's just delete the areas we don't really want. I don't want the sharp edge corners too much. We can always paint on top of these to make it look much better. Yeah, this looks a bit okay. Okay, so I'm gonna merge all of them. Yeah, it looks good. Reducing the brightness, increasing the contrast a bit. Okay. This looks good. Wait, I'm gonna actually edit the Sil-You-Ate a bit more. I'm gonna increase it. I can just use the another brush. This one has no opacity on. Okay, so let's make the base of the egg. Okay, so these are like unwanted textures which I don't really want, so I'm gonna like remove those. Okay, so done with that, and now we can add more textures to it. This one looks cool actually. Okay, so I'm gonna copy it and paste it over here, and yeah, now I gotta actually fix the perspective a bit. Okay, so this looks pretty okay. I'm gonna overpaint on top of this later. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the hard edges, which I don't really want. This looks good. Now I'm gonna fix the color and the contrast a bit. I'm gonna make it a bit dark because it's much more close to the camera. You know the rules of values, foreground, background and midground. Okay, so this looks pretty okay. Yeah, let's try adding some lighting on top of it. I'm gonna go to the overlay mode, and I'm gonna choose a yellow orange light. That will look much better. Yep, it will look good. Yeah, looking good. I increase the shadows a bit more. Okay, so this looks okay. I'm gonna rename this layer as overlay lighting, or maybe just lighting. I'll try to keep the lighting layer on above of all of the other layers, because you know, so it can act on other layers underneath it. Okay, so maybe some extra textures we can add. Let's see, we use this one. Okay, we haven't used this one yet. What can we use this as? Let's try to use it. I'm not sure like how I can use this one. Oh, the texture is quite big. This actually looks pretty awesome. Okay, let's try to squeeze it down. Yeah, we can use this as the foreground element. Looks really good. Let's delete the sharp edges, which I don't really need. Yeah, looks dope. I'll try to increase the silhouette a bit more. Maybe I can check if it's working with a much bigger silhouette. I don't know if it's pronounced as silhouette or what. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please forgive me. My English is not really good. Okay, so yeah, this is looking fine. And I think it's much more on the foreground, so I'll have to increase the contrast a bit more. Yeah, this is good. Not much more than that. Yeah, this looks good. Now what can we add? Let's see. We have added veins already. Maybe some veins on the ground, maybe later. Oh yeah, these textures, I haven't used these yet. Okay, so let's use this area. I'm gonna be using this on the ground. Deselect. I've already copied it, so I'm gonna deselect it. Pasting the area. Okay, so where can I use it? It's too bright. The color is still not quite right. The contrast should be the saturation should be a bit more, because the background is like really saturated. Okay, so a bit on the warm side. Let's try this. Let's try this actually. I'm not sure how this will turn up to be. This looks not really that bad. I'm not that satisfied though, but still it's not really bad. We can use it. Maybe I'm gonna remove this while painting on top of it. Well, one egg is looking pretty weird. I'm gonna add another one. Yeah, this is going to do the work. Let's add some more textures. Let's try this. Oh, it's looking unique. It reminds me of a dinosaur egg a bit. Let's paint some of the areas. We are gonna paint on top of it anyway, so yeah, we can always fix these later. The egg looks interesting. The color is also not bad, but still I'm gonna make it a bit lighter and a bit darker. Maybe darker is looking much better. I'll have to like make the silhouette a bit more detailed. Yeah, looking much better. So let's now paint on top of these right now. These all are normal. Maybe I can merge them. Yep, I can. So the lighting is also there. We can add some extra lighting. I'm gonna choose black for the shadows. By the way, remember that this highlight, you see this, so we have to make sure the lighting actually matches this. So I'll actually have to make highlight coming from this area, otherwise the lighting won't match at all and it will look just weird. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, so now I'm gonna overpaint on top of all of them. So I'm gonna make the canvas a bit shorter because I don't really need this big. And I actually have this weird habit of painting very small on a very big canvas. I don't know why I do that, but it's really awesome for me. Like, I really find it much better and I'm much more creative while doing that. I know sounds pretty weird, but yeah, that's how it is. I'm gonna paint on top of all of them. Okay, let's just merge all of them. Yep, let's call it base painting, base mesh, or whatever you can call it. Let's call the another layer render pass. Sounds a bit 3D, but well, yes, straight. Okay, so this is the basic, photo bash, and now we're gonna paint on top of it. I'm gonna increase the resolution a bit more. Okay, so the resolution is very low, so it will be like really hard to paint on these, so I'm gonna bump it up to 5000. I actually should have started with 5000 instead of 1000. Now it will be much harder to paint details because you see, when you zoom in it's too blurry, and this was a mistake I did. I should have started with a much bigger canvas, but anyway, we can fix it, but it's gonna take much more time. Okay, so now it's gonna be just render time. So you just paint the details, that's it. Now all you need is just put some music on, put your headphones and just listen and do the render. Now your brain is like on autopilot mode. You don't need to like instruct your brain to do this or that. You just have to like keep lighting in mind. That's it. Maybe we can add some grass. That's a bit weird, but yeah, we can. Well, actually I'm experimenting, you know. I don't have a clear idea like what I actually want to paint. So we can, let's see like where can we take this. I'm really curious how the end result will look like. Okay, so you can see my PC started lagging because I'm also recording and painting on a huge canvas. It's not that huge, but yeah, I'm also using a texture brush. Wait, I'm gonna change my brush to just a round brush. It lags much less. I don't know, it's lagging as well. Weird. Okay, so right now I'm gonna match the lighting a bit. Okay, so it's lagging quite a bit. I'm gonna reduce the size to maybe 3K. And yeah, by the way, don't forget to save your files. What if your PC crash or something? I'm not saving it right now because it's not really something I'm gonna cry about if I lose this. God damn it, it's lagging quite a bit. Oh, my charge is also very less. Yeah, now it's running much better. You know, I'm painting on my laptop, right? So my graphics card is actually two of them. One of them is integrated and another one is dedicated. So when I put in my charger, it's running on my Nvidia, and when I actually plug out, it runs on my Intel. So that actually increased my performance quite a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna be making some weird, what do you say, like mucus. mucus coming from the egg connected to the ground, just for some effects. The background is a bit too white. I will have to change it. So the whole picture is reddish. So that's a really good way to add contrast to your images. That is hue contrast. So red and green are complementary colors, so I can probably use green to complement my red. Let's see which actually looks better. It's a bit too desaturated, but it's looking fine. You can change the saturation later. We don't really need it right now. Yeah, this is looking fine. This might help the whole picture to pop out a bit more. Let's add some Easter eggs to our video. Like, if you are watching this at this point, so please let me know in the comments by typing in a comment snake 101. I know it's random, but let's see how many of you are actually watching this till here. Snake 101, remember that. I'm trying to match the lighting a bit. I really like backlighting and rim lights. It makes the picture so much better. It just looks really cool. I actually think I'm really bad at lighting. I really need to study a bit more, especially with composition. I'm so bad at composition. But still, I'll try to like get better and share some more knowledge on this YouTube channel. So I hope you guys are liking it by far. And yeah, if I'm making some grammatical mistakes, then please forgive me. I'm not really that good. Like, English is not my first language. The lighting is looking okay. I'll try to make this tutorial a bit shorter because it's really late here. It's 2 a.m. Wait, it's 1:46. So yeah, almost 2 a.m. This orange is really good. It's actually catching the, it's like the focal point of the image. It's catching the attention so much, and I like it. Adding some highlights. Oh, I forgot to add these, the texture. trying to like be really rough with it. Don't try to be precise with these things, because these are not really that precise. It's looking like a meat. Lol. It's looking like a meat because I'm actually using a meat texture. So yeah. I don't really like these in the foreground. These weird looking bubbles. I'm gonna remove it. Trying to mix the colors a bit. The green actually looking really good. It's complementing the picture quite a bit. There should be no highlights in this area because the actual primary lighting is from the left and a little from the back light, so there should be no really intense lighting from the right. So that's why I'm hiding all these white highlights. I actually want to add some grass to it. I don't know why, because grasses are green and some more complementary. Have you ever been in this stage, like when you're painting at late night, you're much more creative than usual? It's sometimes it happens with me a lot, like when I'm painting on night, I tend to make a much better looking painting than I actually do in the morning. I don't know if it only happens with me or it happens with you guys as well. Please let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious if I'm the only one with that kind of problem. I'm trying to add some things. I don't know if it will look good. Wanted to add some rocks, but I don't think it will look good, but let's just add it. not looking that bad. I need a bit of texture on that rock. Where's that? Yeah, here it is. This texture is fine. I'm gonna put it here. Don't really like the texture how it came out. I should have used something else like a brick texture, but wait, it's just too small to actually show up in the picture, so we'll just gonna repaint over it. It's looking quite okay. It's not that bad. I don't really hate it. I don't really love it. Let's add a bit of highlights coming from the left side. I think the focal point actually looks pretty good. I don't really have to render it that much. Now let's render the environment a bit. I'm not really confident if I'm gonna mess it up or make it much better, so I'm gonna make a new layer. Wait, first I'm gonna merge all of them. I'm gonna make another one as render pass 2. Render pass 2. Okay, so now we can be much more confident with this one. Okay, so I'm gonna make the highlight a bit not a bit, sorry. I'm gonna make the highlight a bit more brighter. Because I'm actually trying to make the light come from this area. Okay, so this highlight will also be much brighter. This. Okay, so by the way, if you have seen, like, if you admire like very big artists like Gia, Peter Jablonski and these guys, and if you have like ever wondered like how these artists get their paintings so much detail and render, like you cannot even see the brush strokes, like you see most of the noob paintings, I would say, noob is not the right word to say, but let's just say beginners painting, they have a lot of visible brush strokes, you know. Their paintings doesn't look that much detailed either. So if you like wonder like how to make super highly detailed pictures, so the simple answer to that is use much more resolution. See, the resolution plays the most important role to whatever you do. Like right now I'm painting in, I think it's, yeah, 3K. It's actually pretty less resolution, but if your PC can handle up to like 7 or 6K resolution, definitely go for it. Definitely paint in that much resolution, because resolution will make your painting much more better. It will look much more detailed, and you don't even have to spend hours and hours on rendering. You can literally just make a single brushstroke. Like you see, when I zoom out, like when I actually export it as JPEG and imagine I'm gonna post it, it will cover this much of screen, right? So you see the highlights, it looks very rendered, right? Now see, when you zoom in, it's so messy. It's like whenever I do a mess like this, let's just say I'm messing it like this, and when I zoom out, it's still gonna look much better. You see, it still look better. And this is a trick which I actually learned from observing Ruan Gia and Jablonski quite a lot of time. And yeah, they've been using this. Not only them, most of the famous artists use this trick. It's not a trick actually, it's something most of the artists don't really tell pretty often. I don't know why. Like, I always wondered this when I was learning this. Like, I never literally had anyone tell me like use always huge resolution. And suddenly one day I downloaded the Schoolism course of Craig Mullins, and he was saying like he can never paint in low resolution. He always use pretty high resolution. So I actually wondered how much he does. So he explained in the tutorial like he mostly paints in above 10K canvas. I mean 10,000 pixels wide. So that's like really insane canvas resolution size, and my laptop won't be able to handle it. I mean while recording. Of course, when I'm not recording, I can paint on that canvas because I got a GTX 1050. My laptop is not that high of a specs, but it's pretty okay. Okay, so I'm quite happy with the environment, maybe. Yeah, looks actually pretty okay. Maybe add a bit more, you know, these things. Okay, so I'm gonna make the background a bit darker. Let's see how it looks like. I'm gonna just do it in the side of the lighting so it increases the focal contrast a bit more. See how this area actually pops out a bit more. I keep using the same word over and over because of my lack of vocabulary. Yeah, this looks good. And I really wanna add some grass to it. So I'm gonna make another layer for the grass. So if anything mess up, I will just delete the whole layer. Okay, so let's make sure I have the grass texture. I don't think I have them right now. Oh shit, I made so many shortcuts. Okay, so landscape, and this one doesn't fit with this. Okay, yeah, these looks good. These might work, I'm not sure. This won't really fit to the environment. It looks like a happy image. I don't really like this one. I might remove it, but let's just try it once at least. So I might be able to like put it in between of some rocks. Okay, so not that bad, but still I don't really like the image that much. Okay, I'm gonna increase the level up quite a bit, because it's mostly in the shadows, you see, so I increased the contrast, and now we can like paint on top of it. Oh, I'm using the wrong brush. I'll just make some big brush strokes to cover much more areas. Okay, so this is in leafy part, this is in shadow, I need some leaf over there. Okay, wait, I think I have a right image for that. These might work. Let's see if it works or not. It's much more smaller. It doesn't match the color at all, not even the reference. It's looking bad, to be honest. Okay, so I'm gonna reduce the saturation a bit. Way too much saturated. Yeah, warm, a bit warm. Lightness is okay. I'm not really that much happy with this, but not looking that bad, to be honest. Still something which I don't really hate the most. Right now I'm trying to paint bigger chunks. Man, photo bashing is such a great technique to actually increase your workflow. Like the day I started using it, I loved it so much. Now I barely paint without it. But yeah, it's you can only use photo bashing when you know the basic foundation of painting. Otherwise, it's of no use you actually trying it. Like if you are watching this tutorial for the first time, and if you actually want to try photo bashing, then wait, hold on for a minute. I wouldn't suggest you to just dive into this right away. Go and learn some fundamentals of the paintings, right? Value, structure, color theory, and composition especially, because without good composition your picture will just look bad, doesn't matter how rendered it is. It's literally of no use without composition. Okay, so I'm gonna make it much smaller. And now I need some reference for the grass. I don't have it. Let's just go to Mr. Google. Mr. Google, where are you? Oh, I was watching YouTube. Anyway. Leaves and grasses. Shit. No, these wouldn't help. Why are we coming in? I'll just Google jungles. Jungle leaves is a good idea. Okay, these looks good. These are way too low resolution to actually use it in an image. Yeah, this one is cool. We're gonna open a new tab. And yeah, the hardest part for photo bashing is actually finding a good reference. It's really hard sometimes, especially on Google. It's very hard to find a high resolution image. You see, when I open it, see, this is not high resolution at all. Okay, this is still like I can use that, but I can't really use the last one. Okay, so I'm gonna find more of them. Yeah, this looks good. The side images are much more closer to the camera, and I can use that. But yeah, the same problem, these are not high res enough. This is good. By the way, it's also important the kind of leaves you're using. Like if you're doing some sort of project which is really dedicated in some sort of style, you cannot really use anything. Like right now I'm trying to use all the sorts of leaf, all sort of jungle formation. But if your design is very structured on a single particular idea, then you cannot really use randomly. You will have to follow the design aspects of it. Okay, so this one has some really good contrast which can actually help me to build this image. Yeah, I can use this. I'm just gonna copy this. I don't wanna save this. It's really low res. I'm gonna rename this as, oh wait, merge these two, make another layer. Yeah, so now which part of the image I actually want to use? I like the foreground area. This is really interesting. I just deleted the stuff I didn't need. Now I'm gonna use a soft eraser. Sorry, erasure. it's already much darker, so I don't really have to make it much dark. Yeah, the saturation is quite off, and warm, I need to make it a bit warm. Yeah, this looks good. Now do some overpainting on top of it so it doesn't look like messed up, you know. It should look like it's the part of the painting. Don't make it a bit too weird looking. I hope you know what I mean. I'm just color picking from the images to match the other grass sections. Yeah, this looks pretty okay. And we need a foreground for the grass. Okay, wait. Maybe we can increase it. Yeah, it looks good. I like this one. By the way, you can always like zoom in and detail it much further. I'm not really doing it that much because of lack of time. I gotta sleep as well. It's oh damn, it's 2:17 now. Time is running out. You can always add some more photos on top of these to make it look much more realistic. But I'm just gonna leave it at this point. It will take me another couple of hours to make it look really good. By the way, some light is also coming from that side, so I'm gonna make it a bit yellow. No, I mean orange. It doesn't match the color. Yeah, so it looks good, but it has no texture. So for that I actually have some rocks texture. Yeah, these looks pretty okay. I can use this. If I actually flip it, it will fit the size. Wow, I got pretty lucky this time. This is quite luck. Oh wait, luminosity will do the work. This looks okay. Yep, looks much better. You see, now just paint on top of it and it will look much better. I'm gonna make another layer just for safety purpose. I'm gonna increase the shadow size and make it a bit more different. It's really hard to paint and talk at the same time, but it's because I'm rendering it right now, so I don't really have to think it that much. I don't really have to stress my brain to think about the design process and stuff like that. I don't know, I keep pressing some weird buttons. Yep, it actually looks good. Maybe I can make it much more darker. Okay, so we need a foreground. Okay. Oh shit, I keep pressing some really weird buttons. Now I'm gonna do it really fast, guys. I really feel sleepy now, as you can hear from my voice. I'll probably upload this one as well right now. I'm not sure. Maybe tomorrow, maybe right now. Let's see. Let's see. I should have reduced the brightness for these. This looks way too bright according to the area. Anyway, when I zoom out it looks pretty okay, so shouldn't matter that much. Let's try luminosity for a bit. No, not luminosity, overlay. So I take these, make the light orange. It looks interesting. I can add a character maybe right there. Let's add some hue changes. Like these actually look really good in the reds. Especially blues look really good. It looks actually really good on my screen, but I don't really know how you guys are watching these as, like, because my screen calibration is really bad. So like whenever I post the image from my laptop and when I see it from my phone, it looks so much darker. So it's something which really bugs me off, because right now as I'm looking it with my own eyes on my laptop, it is looking really good. The contrast is also good, but I'm pretty sure like when I post this on some social media site, it will look really bad, really bad. I will have to like buy some better screen in future. So these blues looks okay with the picture. Yeah, it actually leads your eye to the focal point. It's really fun to actually work with a white background, because whenever you need a highlight, you just pick it from the background. Yeah, a bit of light coming through. It looks good now. What can we do else? Maybe change some background. Okay, so see, the screen is looking so good, but not really ideal for this. Maybe let's add some white light. No. I think it's looking quite good. It's actually popping the egg much more out of the environment. It's interesting. No, it's actually white light. Why am I using green there? Don't really wanna show it that much. Hiding some of the greens. Now I can use some reds probably from this area. Maybe much more saturated. I don't think so it will work. Anyway, this is looking really good. Maybe add some mid ground. So what can we add so we do not really distract the focal point that much? Yeah, maybe leading lines. What about this? Yeah, this is looking good. Oh yeah, I got a really great idea with this one. I can use the lighting in my preference. So let's go to the texture, add this texture. Well, first of all, I'm gonna make a new layer for this. Okay, so this is almost done, and what I actually want to do is make an clipping mask and put in some lighting. I want to do it in overlay mode. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Maybe a hard lighting. Yeah. And some gray or some shadows. This is looking so good. I'm really happy with this one, how it turned out. Anyway, I think it's done. What about adding a character? No, just leave it. Well, the egg is the focal point, you know. I'll just leave it as it is, but I don't really like the background. The green background is bugging me off. What should I do? What should I do? Maybe add more rocks. I'm really confused, guys. Maybe I can use both of them. Hmm. Hmm. What about some light? Yep, it needs some. I'm just going on pretty rough on these. Don't really need to be that much detailed. Yeah, let's call it for today. And well, so thanks a lot guys for watching. Thanks for watching. And yeah, please tell me in the comments if you actually wanna see much more voiceover videos. I can definitely make much more of them, because this actually improves my English as well, and I can upload more often on my channel, because it's been a long time since I haven't uploaded any video. So yeah, it's gonna help me in so many ways. And it's almost 3 a.m. in half an hour, so I don't think I am gonna get much more sleep tonight, or maybe I'm just gonna wake up tomorrow at 12. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please check out my Patreon if you like my stuff. You can support me there. So yeah, good night, peace out, thank you for watching again, bye.